scenarios in here
That's
that
cool. Yeah.
okay.
All right, so let's just alternate through it.
Yep.
Dope.
You want to
All
start
right.
off?
Yeah, sure. Let's count us in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks. What's up, Walt?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Welcome back to It's About Your Paycheck. We talking holiday seasons. The holidays are upon us,
Yes. Tis the
right?
season.
Tis the season, so there's some things to think
Mhm.
about as you're getting paid throughout the holiday season, and
Yes.
keep in mind. Um, it's essential for employees to be aware of the nuances surrounding the holiday pay. I was just thinking this stuff. I was like, duh, and it's here written for me already. Ensure a smooth and fair compensation process. This guide aims to shed light on common scenarios that employees may encounter, offering practical advice on what to look out for when the question of their holiday pay comes up.
Yep.
So I will take you through this first scenario we have is unexplained overtime discrepancies.
Uh-oh.
Unexplained. Ooh. During the holiday rush, many employees find themselves working overtime to meet increased demands. Yeah. However, discrepancies in overtime pay may occur, leaving employees wondering why their extra efforts aren't reflected in their paycheck. Oof. So
Mhm.
here's the lesson. Monitor your hours diligently, and if you notice any discrepancies in overtime, don't hesitate to raise the red flag to the payroll department. Ensure that all your extra hours worked are accurately recorded and compensated. The problem is here, folks. Were you eligible for overtime pay in that week that there was a holiday? Because more often than not,
Yes.
your overtime is based on work hours.
Yes.
What are work hours? Work hours is physically being there doing the work, right? Or if you work from home, you're working. You're actually engaging in work. You're not on a paid day off. You're not on hot, right? Because so if Christmas landed on a Monday and you got Monday off, but you
Yeah.
worked 45 hours that week anyway, guess what? That 5 hours is not going to be overtime. It's going to be straight time. Not that you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to get the extra. You're going to get the extra, but it's going to be at your regular rate because, right? Because the OT calculation is going to say 45 minus the 8 hours of holiday. So now you're
Mm-hmm.
back at, what is that, 37?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now 37 is not overtime. You're going to get straight 37 and the 8 hours of holiday. It'll bring
See,
you to 45 hours,
yeah.
but you're not going to get 45 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
So
you're not going to
I
get the
was,
premium. Sorry, you're not going to get the overtime premium on that. What's up?
and we might have to cut this part out,
Why?
but
What happened? Did I jump ahead? What happened?
no, 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 no. Because it's a question I'm going to ask, and
Hmm.
I don't know if we'll be able to answer it, right? Like,
Oh, okay, fair. But go ahead
so
anyway.
California, they
Hmm.
have those special overtime rules. It
Yep.
might be 40 hours in a week or
eight
over eight
hours in a
hours in
day.
a day.
Hmm.
So it may be a little different, right? So like
How?
it,
There's
it,
a good
it,
scenario though. What do you mean?
it will work out the will it work out the same way, right? Because I think like if you work 10 like 4 10-hour days, you work 10
Uh-huh.
hours a day, like and you reach that 40 by the fourth day, like and there was a holiday in there,
Mm.
how would that work
So in
out?
cat, well, if I'm understanding you right, if I do 4 10s and I'm doing a 10, one of those tens was holiday pay, but in my, if I'm thinking of it right, you have to have worked. So if you worked 11 hours or 12 hours in that day, then yeah, you in Cali you're gonna get it because it's by the day,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, in that scenario you would get it. So,
That's why I was just trying to
but
like.
this, no, no, you're right though. But it's good because it says monitor your hours diligently,
Mhm.
ask your pay, and it's just like make sure you understand your holiday policies. So, and that's where we should have started with that is, hey, as we go into holiday season, make sure you understand your handbook. Go
Yes.
go if it's digital, go just search holiday and read
Yes.
everything about holiday, not holiday pay, search
Yes.
holiday, just one word,
Even
right?
even
Don't
if
be so specific.
yeah, even if it's a PDF, it's a quick way you
Yes,
can do it
search it.
instead of going to the glossary, do Control
Control
F,
F. Yes, sir.
then
That's
type
what I
in
was thinking
holiday.
about. Yep.
Mhm.
Only holiday. Because you want
Yes.
to read everything about holiday. If you do holiday
Yes.
pay, then you're just going to read maybe one paragraph. You might miss the policy that's
Yes.
attached to that says that you got to work before and
Uh-huh.
after the holiday to get paid for the holiday. I'm sorry
Yes,
if I'm
sir.
jumping ahead and that's in here, but
Mhm.
that's another huge call out when we talking holiday pay.
Yep.
Are you eligible for holiday pay? Have you been at the company long enough for holiday pay? Right?
Yep. Yep.
So if there is a discrepancy, make sure you ask your payroll folks. And Walt's going to talk us about scenario two.
Scenario two is the good old holiday bonus. So
Mm.
if you're entitled to a holiday bonus and you're missing it, then this is
Keyword
you know,
entitled.
yeah. So some companies offer holiday bonuses as a gesture of appreciation for their
Hmm.
employees' hard work
Yep.
throughout the year. If you
Yep.
find yourself without the expected bonus, it's crucial to address the issue.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Speak up. Speak
the
up.
lesson in this is if your company traditionally provides holiday bonuses, inquire about the eligibility criteria and expected
Yes.
timing. If your
Yes.
bonus is missing, approach HR or payroll or whoever is the designated organizer of those bonuses.
Hmm.
You want to approach them to seek clarification and ensure that you understand the criteria for receiving such bonuses. So go ahead.
No, I got two things called out: time and turkey.
Time and
Time,
take it.
time and turkey. Right?
Mhm.
Time and turkey. Time. What was it? What was I gonna say? Time and turkey. Crap. The time. Time. Turkey is, I think, like a lot of, I forgot the time one now, but the turkey, like I feel like folks get mad about these little holiday bonuses, right? And they're
Yeah.
small sometimes. What was the word? It's a gesture. It's a
Gesture of
gesture.
appreciation.
Depending on what your company, if you gotta, folks, we
Yeah.
gotta be realistic about what type of company you're in, how much money that company
Yes.
makes. Can they
Yes.
afford, how big is the workforce? If you get
Yes.
a
Yes.
$25, $50 bonus, and but there's 10,000 of y'all in the company,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
50 bucks times 10,000
Yeah.
employees.
Hmm.
It's a lot of money. You may not see it. Like, you gotta have some, like, and that's why I say turkey, because it replaced the $25, $50 gesture, replaced that whole, like, I don't know if folks remember that, but back in the day, my mom used to literally get a turkey, like, come
Oh.
home with it. Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
But they stopped doing that because of health reasons, right? Like,
Mhm.
probably for many things, but one of them is like, okay, turkey, if the turkey's bad, by the time you get it out, they got sick, you sue the company. So, okay, we're not going to do
Mhm.
turkey. Then she started getting like Butterball, um, gift
It's a-
certificates,
Yeah.
or Purdue gifts, and then it became just a gift certificate, and then it's just 50 bucks, 25 bucks, right? The
Yeah.
minimus. There's also tax implication on these things. You can't just give employees stuff for free, right? There's tax implication on the
Wow.
money.
Very
The
wow.
IRS says that $25 doesn't is enough to tax. Like,
Yep.
you have to go look at your de minimis threshold. Oh gosh, wait, we in the wrong show. So
No,
sorry,
but you're
folks.
good. Those are good points because
Right.
they may because that tax may impact the employee at the end of the year, right?
Hmm.
Because they see, oh, you got some
I mean, it's
bonus
not. Yeah, it's
here.
depending on the
It's like
amount. Yeah.
depending on the amount, like you got some bonus here and it wasn't taxed properly.
Hmm.
So you owe us those difference in that
Or
tax.
even when you get it, they're like, oh, they gave us a $50 bonus, but I netted $35.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because they had to tax it. Look, if the company's doing the right thing, it's called a
Yeah.
gross up, and they make sure you net the $50. They
$50.
make sure
Yeah.
you actually get the after
Take
taxes.
home.
You
Take
take
home.
home $50 or you take
Mhm.
home $25. But guess what? That's payroll. The payroll, and somebody has to think about that and be intentional about it. So maybe speak up and tell them, like, yo, guys, you gave $50, you
Yeah.
taxed it. Can you next year, can you gross this up so that we get
Mhm.
$50? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So yeah, that's great. You're I love that because it empowers them to use their voice,
Hmm.
right? Say like, hey,
Yep.
Ask about your pay. It's
Speak
your
up.
pay.
Speak up.
It's your paycheck,
Yeah.
right? Ask about it. Like ask about it. And like also another thing to consider here, I don't know if you agree, Brian, but like don't compare your bonus to somebody
Nope.
else's.
I
Somebody
say that
else
all
may
the
get a
time.
different amount.
Yeah.
Someone may get a different amount, and they may have met certain criteria. And you're like, especially if you're in the payroll industry, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many payroll processors process bonuses for other
Mm-hmm.
employees, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, they get a bonus during the
Yes.
they
We get
get gifts. Like,
mad.
what
Yeah.
about us?
They don't even do nothing.
They don't even do nothing. They get $1,000, and we just get a $50 gift certificate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the heck, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know their
Company
contract.
policies.
You
Yeah.
don't know their contract
Yep.
situation. You don't know what was
Could just be
agreed.
their level at the company. You don't,
Yes,
that
yeah.
what was I gonna say? Crap, man.
The time part.
I forgot the time part. If I'll come back. Hopefully I remember it.
Okay.
But the bone. All right, I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'll or is it mine next? No, it's
No,
mine's the
no,
next one.
no. You did missing. You did missing. No, I
I
did
did?
missing holiday
Yeah, you
bonus.
did it.
So go. Yep.
All right. So the scenario 3 is sudden reductions in pay.
Uh-oh.
Employees may notice unexpected reductions in their regular pay leading up to the holidays. These unexplained deductions can be unsettling, requiring prompt and absolutely regular review your pay stubs. If you observe any sudden reductions, bring them up to HR. Address the discrepancy early and quickly so you can get your money. I remember the timing of it now.
There you go.
Go back if we're talking about the holiday bonus, right? The
Mm-hmm.
timing of it, I remember arguing with one of my bosses one time because now I don't know what it was then, but 70% of us live paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yes.
So it was Christmas time's coming, planning the buying gifts, and I was unfortunately depending on that bonus to
Mm-hmm.
get gifts that year,
Yeah.
right? But the bonus was coming right after Christmas.
Oh,
Like
yes,
the
yes.
timing of it all was the day at or some
Yeah.
craziness like that. And I was like, yo, I asked my boss too, because I'm doing payroll, right? And I was like, hey, can we get these bonuses out quicker? Like, dang, he's like, why? What's up? And I was like, nah, I was depending on it for, get gifts and stuff. Oh, that's what credit cards are for.
Yep.
I was like, oh, I didn't have my credit was shot at that
Yep.
point. I was,
Yep.
my financial journey was not underway. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And so
Wow.
the timing of that really hurt me, man, because and that could happen. So folks, you can't, be glad that you're getting
Yeah.
it. If you know when you're getting it, awesome. But look, if they're a day late or a week late with that, there's no mandate on when they have to pay that out. It's all
Yeah.
discretionary. Keep that in mind as you're getting holiday bonus money, period, holiday pay. Like there's no first of all, they're not mandated to pay you, period, on
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah.
Okay. I just looked it up in FLSA, the Fair Labor Standards Act dictated by the government. If you ever wonder about wage and hour laws, look up FLSA, look up wage and hour laws, look
Yeah.
up holiday pay, government. The government dictates what needs to happen. And they're like, look, we can't mandate companies to pay you for holidays to be home. You can have the
Yeah.
day off, but they don't have to pay you to be home.
Yeah.
So just understand all these things because it's such a heightened time for anxiety and stress. And
Yeah.
people get so stressed out in these times. Like you don't want to add another. Get informed, empower yourself right now. We're only in October,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and reach out to your now and just, hey,
Yeah.
what, how,
Yeah.
when? Ask all the questions now.
Yes, like if you work for a company that has a probationary period, right?
Hmm.
So you have to work
You're
90
not
days to
eligible.
be
Yep.
eligible. Then you want to
Yes.
understand that and make sure you read that and adhere to that because again, for the scenario, sudden reductions in pay, you may be under the assumption like, oh, I'm gonna get holiday pay, holiday Thanksgiving's coming up, but
Hmm.
I'm still within my 90
First
days.
90. Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, why is my pay lower? I'm missing two days of holiday pay for Thanksgiving
Hmm.
and like and the day after Thanksgiving, like what's going
Yep.
on? And
Yep.
you need to also know if your company is closed both days.
I was just gonna say, reading my mind. That's right.
Yes,
That's
certain
right.
companies only observe
They're not.
Thanksgiving, and they be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you have to work on
Back
Friday."
to work on Friday.
I, I had to do that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you only get
Plenty of
one day off.
times. Plenty
You only
of
get one day
times.
off. Like,
If
hey,
you want it off, you got to request it off.
I'll see you Friday. Like, dang,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yep. It's crazy, crazy,
yeah.
crazy.
All right.
That one was a good call. That's the one I was thinking about, the day off, knowing, and for that matter, knowing what all days you have off and that are
Yes.
paid versus unpaid. And
Oh,
so again, planning right now is huge.
yeah.
Plan the next few months.
Yeah.
Plan to understand how your cash flow is going to be, what time you need. They do not have to be flexible with you just because it's the holidays, right? Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta go shopping. I'm going to shopping Black Friday.
Mhm.
They bet. No, no, it's your job,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
They don't have to do anything
Yep.
right now. Right now, there's more talent out there than there are jobs.
Yep.
So
Yep.
don't get all like, oh, they have to do this to me. No, no, no. So
Yep.
just plan properly, understand how your money, employee handbook, look at that, search holiday.
Yep.
You got
Fair
the
enough.
next one.
Yep. Scenario number 4, holiday shutdown confusion. We kind of touched on this stuff
Mm-hmm.
a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
during the holiday shutdown, some companies may grant time off to employees. However, confusion may arise regarding whether this
It's
time off is compensated.
just say it.
So
Yep.
again, familiarize yourself with your company's time off policies,
Yep.
especially during the holiday shutdowns. If you're entitled to holiday pay during such periods, verify that it's accurately reflected in your paycheck. Again, seek clarification from payroll, HR,
Yeah.
whoever, if needed. So again, this is saying like know your stuff, know what you're entitled to from
Yep.
your employer standpoint, know what your employee rights are. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like so,
In
if
your
it
state, in the
in
gut.
your
Yeah.
state,
Sorry. Yep.
so like no, you're absolutely right because you want to know the difference between because like think about it, you may work for the corporate piece of your company, right? And you may have a different set of rules and stuff for the
Mm-hmm.
corporate
Oh, that's
section.
we were just talking about that too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Corporate versus
and
like the field or
versus
whatever.
field. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The field may operate under a different premise,
Yep.
right? Like
Yep.
so for Thanksgiving in education, we may you sometimes you see for the week of
The whole
Thanksgiving
week they're off. Yeah.
they're off for the whole week. Or
Yeah.
there's a winter break. They're off 2
Yep.
weeks. They're off for
Yep.
the whole week of Christmas, the whole week
Yep.
of New Year's,
Yep.
right? And so like they're off right the whole
Hmm.
time. But you know, corporate
You're
aren't
still
going to be
working.
off for that whole time,
Yeah.
you know, except for those one specific
Maybe
days
one or
of
2 days.
vacation,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
like that's the thing to really consider when it comes to these things, right? You want to make sure that you really, really understand. Don't allow yourself to be confused. Get that
Yep.
clarification when it comes to this time off during the holiday shutdown and know when those blackout periods may have like you may work for a department that you're not able to go on vacation, you know,
Nope.
under normal circumstances,
That's
right?
right.
Now god forbid there's an emergency with your family and
Of
stuff like that,
course. No,
then
family
that's different,
first.
right?
Yep.
But if it's normal stuff, you may not be able to be off because of the certain responsibilities and stuff like that that need to be uh done or are required of you and your team at that time. So it's
Don't
a
make a
part of
lot
the
of
game.
don't make a lot of assumptions. Don't make any
Yeah,
assumptions right now. I
perfect.
mean, worker worker behavior period, right?
Yeah.
Don't make assumptions. Go read your handbook. Understand what you're privy to, what your benefits are. Be empowered because that's from this side of it when my customers aren't aware,
Hmm.
I don't know what you don't know. You
Yep.
know what I mean? I'm assuming you read the handbook.
Yep.
And guess what? In some systems, I may have the proof that you signed off on it.
Yep.
So now I'm assuming that you know, right? You got to ask the question. You got to ask the question like, "Hey, and then if you get called to the carpet like, "Hey, did you read the handbook?" "Oh, yeah, I read it." Well, then okay, bye.
Yeah.
I don't
But
have to help you no more. You read it. Just be
once
like,
you
"No, I'm sorry. I didn't read it. I just signed off
yes.
on it."
Yep.
You know how it is. Yeah, we do. And
Yep.
can you help me now and understand and la 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 la,
Most,
and then yeah.
mo- think about it. It's almost like when you go buy a car.
Yep.
Get that contract and it's all that small print.
Nobody
Do
reads
you
it.
do you actually read that? Unless you have
No.
a lawyer on hand who's
Yep.
going to read all that stuff for you. Most of the time, you're just like, okay, sign here and here. This is telling you about this, telling you
Yep.
about that. You're not reading all that verbiage in the
Nope.
small print or what it
Nope.
says. Like
You know,
that's the same thing with the employee handbook. You're
yeah.
okay. This is too much stuff. Let me just go
I'm
ahead and
not reading
sign
all
off on
this.
it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So like this is a good chance to change the practices that we
Yes.
exhibit as employees and professionals, right?
Become a
You want to make
savvy employee.
yeah, become
Yeah.
a savvy employee and read those things, even if it takes you longer. Like, so think about it. If they're trying to sell you a car, they're still going to sell you a car.
Heck yeah.
Even if you take the time to read all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this person's credit's good. They got the money down. Oh, they
They
want
gonna
to read
wait.
all that stuff.
Yep.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
wait
wait.
for you because they want
Yep.
that money.
Hey, here, once you stay in this room, you gotta take
You know
all
what
the
I'm
time you
saying?
want. Call me
If
when you're
you
done.
case in point, if you already are starting the onboarding process and doing all this and doing all that, the employer should wait for you to read
Absolutely.
because that's your
Absolutely.
rights. Those
Yeah.
are your rights. So you should
Absolutely.
take your time, be more thorough with it, so you can
Absolutely.
understand what rights you have as an employee. It's essential.
And guess what? We're not saying don't start later, but
Mhm.
you could even take that first day and say, "Hey, I'm trying to read through the employee handbook,"
Yep.
and that should be fine. They can't say, "Oh, no, you have to do that on your own time." No,
Oh,
you
they tell
can.
you that. They, oof.
No, you
Mm.
don't. You can do it on their time, right?
See,
That's a work. Those are work. I know what.
I hope they don't tell you that because
I
oh,
hope. Yes,
do it on your
fair.
own time.
No, no, no.
Do it on your own time
That's work.
because the employee could be like, they didn't give me ample
I don't
time to
have time.
well,
Yeah,
and because
I don't have time to do it.
I
That's
felt
right.
pressured.
That's right. I'm
Brian
not
pressured
signing
me
it.
to start working.
Yep.
Brian pressured me to start
Without.
working,
Yep.
and I didn't get a chance to do this, so
Yep.
I felt pressured. And
Hmm.
there goes some litigation right there.
Yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. So
Mhm.
our last scenario, and we talked about it. We kind of jumped through all of this stuff already, but
Yeah,
it's worth rehashing.
yeah,
It's balancing work and family commitments, right?
yeah,
As we said, plan your time, balance your work and your personal commitments during this time because it is challenging. It gets, and people get so anxious about things. You want to,
Mhm.
juggling the responsibilities and, thinking about their pay, and then it adds to it. If you get an error in your pay while you're trying to do all it, come on, it just adds, and we don't need this. So, um, that's a call out. We should actually call that on the payroll side. Like payroll people, make sure you get in pay right during this time.
Yes, yes.
The lesson here is communicate your holiday schedule with your supervisor well in advance. Like we're talking, plan in advance. Ensure the expectations regarding your
Yeah.
work commitments and time off are clear on both sides
So,
to avoid any misunderstandings
so
about your
Brian,
paycheck.
I shouldn't come to you as my boss and be like, hey, tomorrow I want to take some time off, boss. Is that cool?
No, that
Surprise.
not during this season. Yeah, exactly. No.
Surprise.
If look, yeah, it's all relative, right? If that's the relationship you
Yeah.
have with your boss and that's normal, sure. But if that's not
Mhm.
normal, don't start
Mhm.
acting brand new right now during the
Yeah.
holiday season. Again, just I gotta go shopping. I gotta go shopping. I haven't
Yeah.
done it, and I have to go tomorrow. No, you
Okay.
don't. You could have
So
planned that shit months ago.
so what for you? Look, because it's relative, right? It's like
Hmm.
for you as a manager of people, what is a good time frame for a person to request
As
time off?
as
A week,
far
2 weeks?
as far in advance as you as soon as you know,
Okay.
as
Okay.
far often as you can, right? If I know months in advance, you know months in advance, because the expectation is that if you only know yesterday, then it's more of an emergency thing,
Yes, 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 yes.
right? And then that can be fine as
Yeah, those
well.
things happen. Those things
Yeah,
happen.
of
Yeah.
course, absolutely. Like, no, for me, family first. You tell
Yeah.
me, hey, my family, say less. Bye. Have you got the
Yep.
day off? You know what I mean? Um, but if you're that repeat offender, if you're that one, if you're the person that comes to me and says, "Oh my gosh, I just been putting shopping off and I have to go tomorrow." Well, tomorrow we planned this big thing. So how can you go the next day? Like,
Yeah.
can you go on the weekend on your own time? That I can ask you to do on your own time. It's shopping.
Yeah. That's what it says. The key point here, balancing work and family commitments. So
Hmm.
your employer is probably going to be depending on your relationship. To your point,
Right.
depending on the relationship between you and your supervisor, like your employer may not give a damn about
That's
what
right.
your family commitments are. Like, oh, you didn't say
That's right.
anything ahead of time,
Yeah.
Walt.
You didn't
Like,
plan it
come
in
on.
advance. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that your family's coming in for this week and that you
Right.
need this time off. Then all of a sudden, like,
Now
no,
all of a sudden it's my problem. Exactly.
yeah,
And
no.
and sorry to say, damn it, I forgot it.
I feel like it might be less likely, especially if you work remote, then you probably might have some wiggle room around what you can do and stuff
Oh,
like that.
what you do for work is also, I'm sorry to cut you off. What you do for work is also impactful, right? Like
Yes.
if you're literally saving lives, then you know you can't just ad hoc. Oh, I'm just gonna go shopping tomorrow. I want to call in, you know, and you're exact and it perfectly said, right? As opposed to if you already work from home, guess what? Why you plan it properly? Come on.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I
Planet.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm extra diligent because I work from home because I'm not trying to lose that benefit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. If you have a house full of
I'm
people and you get
extra
to work,
productive. Yep.
and you have a bunch of meetings and stuff like that going on,
Don't stay home. Go to leave. Yeah.
leave, go to a different unless you have a office in your basement where you're away and there
Hmm.
can't be interference.
Correct. Yeah, you can lock people out. Exactly.
Yeah. Like then
And
that's
even
fine.
that sometimes is tough
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you might have no, yo, Brian, yo, Walt, what you doing? What you doing, Walt? What you doing? You know, and you're like,
Just
oh,
busting the
people,
door. Yeah. Like, oh,
anxiety, it might be getting
oh,
like, oh, crap. I like, I can't, I don't like to be home when my little one is home because she's just, it's too much. I can't tell her, hey, I'm working. Hey, I'm
so
working.
much energy. So much
Okay.
energy. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like she got to go to camp or I got to leave. You know what I mean? Or take the days off, which I've been trying to do
Yeah.
is because I have the time, right?
Yeah.
I've been diligently like requesting the day off in advance so I could be
Yeah.
home with her.
Yeah.
And I may still do some work and stuff, but I'm not on the clock. You know what I mean? And I
Okay.
don't feel bad because I'm like getting distracted to make her lunch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But again, we leave you with balance your work and family commitments as we roll into these holiday seasons. If there's questions about your pay, holiday or not, raise your hand. I literally had a friend that was like, "Nah, I just got this job. I ain't trying to mess nothing up. I ain't asking about nothing."
No.
That's not the right attitude, really. Because if that's the case, like you're
That
in the
that's
wrong place.
that's working from a place of
A
fear,
fear, yeah, like
and like, oh, I need to be quiet because I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
right.
You like think about this. You speaking up may be that first domino that needs to fall
Yep,
and for things to
yep,
change.
yeah.
Right? All it takes is one. So you raising your voice and speaking up. I remember a scenario, bro. It's not about holiday pay, but it's about
Hmm.
overtime, right?
Yeah.
They were trusting, and I shared this story before. They were trusting what their manager was telling them
Oh
because
yes, I
the
remember.
manager
Yep, you
was
telling me.
deducting from their hours just to stay under budget and not paying
No.
them overtime. And they were trusting what that person was saying. So a lot of them were like, "Oh, we didn't want to say anything. We don't like, we trust her." But like one employee called me, and because she took the initiative, and she took the initiative, and she was super sweet. And she was like, "Oh, I apologize." She kept apologizing, like, "We just want to make sure that we're good." And because of that one phone call from that one person, she got a lot of
Everybody money.
people
Yep.
paid
Hmm.
thousands of dollars,
Yep.
thousands, tens of thousands of dollars that were owed to people in their OT.
That I heard that recently as well. Somebody
Mhm.
said something about, oh, I don't get paid. I don't get the overtime I'm due. And I'm like, why not? Oh,
Mhm.
they don't pay us that. They make us do it without getting. I'm like, no, no, no. That's illegal. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's illegal. You have to blow the whistle on those type of things.
Mhm.
If or don't tell people stuff like that, right? Be careful who you're telling things like that because payroll and HR professionals that know the deal, they're gonna be like, "What? No,
Yep.
that's illegal. Call this one or call that one, what have you." So it empowerment, folks, right? At the end of the day,
Mhm.
go into this holiday season empowered, feeling comfortable about asking questions. It's your money, it's your
Yeah.
work. You're working hard out there. You need to get paid what you're due, get your
Mhm.
benefits, right? Um, yeah, man. And as we wrap it up, right? Holiday season approaches is crucial for employees to be proactive and understanding and addressing potential issues related to holiday pay. Stay vigilant, ask pertinent questions, maintain clear communication. I would add here also try not to let emotions get in the way. You know
Oof.
what I mean? Don't get
Can be tough.
don't yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm calling it out because
That's a big call out,
the
man.
holiday season is so stressful for people, and
Because
you
yes.
And people think that no, I'm mad and
Yeah,
nah.
because think about it, especially if you're a single parent, you're that single parent who's everything is, on you, on your shoulders, and you have to provide, and you want to give your family the holiday that you
Yep.
want to, to be memorable,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so like here you go, like stuff is not right with you, and like stuff is not right on the job. It will be easy for
Yep.
you to
To
get
lose it.
frustrated and go in there and just like pop off on somebody
Yep.
or
Now,
whatever, right?
or you need lose your job during the holidays. Come on, don't do that.
That's the
Don't. Right.
worst.
That's really bad.
Oh,
That's really
that's
bad.
the worst, bro.
Um, yeah, most companies don't do any layoffs in Q4. They're gonna wait to Q1, unfortunately.
Yep. I've
And
seen it happen. Yeah, like they'd be like, "Yeah, we'll wait till after the holidays," and then
yep, yep.
like
We
it's just
want you to navigate this season with confidence and ensure that
yeah.
your compensation reflects accurately and your efforts and your dedication during this time. You should be rewarded during this time, not
You should feel empowered.
penalized.
You should feel
Yes,
empowered.
yes. You should, yeah, folks, that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Again, we want you to, well, it's worth, let's repeat them, right? It's worth repeating.
Yeah.
Again, some best practices. Make sure your overtime is right. Make sure the holiday pays. You understand eligibility, and basically that's it.
Yep.
You want to make sure your pay is not being messed with during this time, right? Make sure you understand how that goes. Labor management, planning, holiday shutdown confusion. You want to make sure
Yes.
you know when your job is closed, when you have off, not
Yeah.
when the people you support have off, because it may not be the same schedule, right? And balance your work family life during this time extra diligent. Be proactive, be intentional about it. Start looking at the season now. It's as of this recording, it's October 15th. That's it. 2 months holiday season is here. We got two
Oh,
months and change, and
we're
that's it.
here. It starts
It's
with
it's here.
Halloween,
Boom.
and
Yep.
boom.
Yep. That's it. I think it starts October 1st now. They've all right with
Yes.
Halloween. As soon as
Hmm.
most of the stores, they're putting out everything at the same time now. Halloween,
Yeah.
Christmas,
Oh,
everything.
everything's out there
Everything's
already.
out.
Yep.
You know, and I'm here for it. The holiday season is supposed to be fun, and like you say, you like
Yeah.
Christmas. It's supposed to be that. If you celebrate these traditions, you know what I
Hmm.
mean.
Hmm.
If not, get your money, get your paper, because everybody's taking off and you can work.
Yep.
There's like a joke in New York. That's I mean, I don't know how much of a joke it is because it's a fact. Like on Christmas Day and stuff like that, the
Hmm.
Chinese food places will still be open because
Yep.
they don't celebrate. And guess who's in there? Jewish families, because they neither culture celebrates Christmas
Right.
like
That's
that.
right. That's
You know
right.
what I
That's
mean? So we will
mhm.
always be like, "Oh, the Chinese food places are open," and then So and no, and hey, no disrespect to Israel and what they're going through over there in Gaza right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm if we can lighten up the mood a little bit with that, God bless. What's going on in the world right now as we move into this holiday season. Keep these families in your mind. Keep other folks that are just like not as well off, not don't have a job to complain about the holiday pay for it. You know what I mean? Don't have a family to
Mhm.
support, to have some. You know what I mean? And for me, and not to get too sidetracked here as we conclude. Um, Remember, like, for me, it's about family, it's about those connections. I love friendsgiving, right? When they
Yes. Yes.
that
Yes.
got
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that. Like, get together with your people. If you don't
Yeah.
have blood relations that are there for you, you have your little circle.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whoever your people are, like, nurture that circle. If you don't have a circle, go find a circle. Do outreach. It's holiday time. This is the time to make
Yep.
some new friends if you don't have them.
Yep.
If you don't want them, then hey, do
It
you?
should be. It should
You
be a
know,
joyous. It should be a joyous
whatever it
occasion,
is,
whether
exactly.
whether that's you and your group of friends or
Yes,
you as an
by
individual.
yourself, whatever it
Enjoy it.
is.
You should enjoy it.
Yes,
Whatever makes you
we should
happy,
enjoy.
right?
Yes, and whatever your holiday, like, hey, we're all inclusive. If this is not your holiday season, again, go get your money, go
Go
get your
with your
paper,
money.
because there's plenty of shifts to pick up in the next 2 or 3 months. If
Take a
you're
vacation.
retail, right? If you're retail, poof, you selling something. You
Take a
know,
vacation, something. Get out there.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, man. This has been another successful episode of It's About Your Paycheck. Go check us out online. It's about your paycheck.com.
.com.
It's
We'll,
been Brian. It's been Walter. We're your host. Y'all enjoy the holidays. We got some great stuff coming for year-end tips
yep,
for you.
yep.
Stuff you can do as an
Keep
employee to
learning
prepare
about your check.
yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
Remember,
All
your
right.
first step in this financial journey is with us. We're taking it with you. We're implementing these wellness tips in our lives, things that we kind of have done over the time and
Yeah.
all that. We take this stuff like for granted because we're so ingrained in payroll and HR and policies and pay and stuff. And we're like, oh, we know all that. Yes, but not everybody does. And we're here to share. So our
Yep.
gift to you during this holiday season is increase awareness, increase empowerment. We love you guys. Peace.
Much love.